Hello, fellow fragrance lovers, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have two very exciting new releases from the House of Creed. Very highly anticipated. I was fortunate enough to get my hands on the samples of these at my local Creed boutique, where they take care of me there, which is very nice. I don't often get things for free. I mean, these are just samples, but it was very nice of the people at Creed to hook me up with these samples. But anywho, these two new fragrances, first off, are kind of getting in on that whole like vanilla trend that's going on right now. So I'm going to tell you all about that. So we have Delphinus and we have Centaurus. So I am going to tell you about each of them very briefly. I'm going to tell you my thoughts. I have tried both of them several times. What I'm going to say also before we even get any further is just overall, both of them perform really, really well, and both of them have good projection, good sillage, all of that. Not like you're going to smell you from across the room necessarily, but pretty solid as far as performance. So, maybe the 6 to 8 hour mark for both of these. So just getting that out of the way because that kind of thing is important to me, especially for the price. So if you're new here, I'll start with that. I haven't made a video in a really long time, so thank you to those of you who are tuning in again after a long break. I apologize. I've had a lot going on, and I'm a high school teacher. I had the summer off. I go back next week. I thought I'd be recording all these videos, but life got in the way. That happens. So what are you going to do? But anyway, I'm Limelight Lass. My channel is predominantly about fragrances, and especially fragrances that get you noticed, that put you in the limelight. So if that's your jam, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So let's get into the first fragrance here, which is Delphinus. Okay. And I'm going to spray it on to remind myself. It's very lovely. Okay. So this one, it's strange. There's only 3 notes listed on Fragrantica. So top note of iris, mid note of incense, and then base note of vanilla. Again, vanilla, I feel like is in everything right now. I'm not complaining because I am a vanilla lover, but I feel like I feel like vanilla is like the new cherry. Remember everything had cherry? Now everything has vanilla. So I'm not mad about it, but I'm a little worried. I'm a little concerned that fragrance houses are just going to get lazy and just keep doing vanilla. So it does smell really good. So this is, I would say, a little more feminine leaning, especially of the two. Definitely the more feminine, but could be unisex. I believe that anybody can wear any fragrance, doesn't matter. So you definitely do get that iris, you get that lip stickiness. I'm not a floral person. And the other thing I meant to say, before getting into everything is, as far as my history with the House of Creed, there are a few fragrances that I like from Creed. They're not one of my top houses, though, I would say, because I feel like they lean a lot more floral, especially the feminine releases. And then the male release, because I love male targeted fragrances or unisex fragrances, but I feel like those are either too fresh for me or just too I don't know, barber shoppy, not the type of masculine that I like. So I will say these two profiles are a little bit different for Creed. Some people are criticizing them because they don't smell like the typical Creed DNA. So I would agree, but I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to tell you a little more. So yeah, I get the lipsticky iris. Iris is one of the floral notes that I do like. So that's good. And you definitely get the vanilla here. So it is sweet, but it has the depth. I do like anything incense related. It's not a churchy type of incense, though. So it gives enough of that incense touch, but it's not overly incensey. So I wouldn't worry about it being too incensey, if that's the thing. So overall, it's really nice. I'd say unisex, but maybe leaning a little more feminine. You probably have to like iris, but it's a really lovely fragrance to me. So a little bit sweet, not overly sweet from the vanilla, but a little bit of, that spiciness, that smokiness from the incense. Okay. Now, this one I was very excited about, which is Centaurus, because I am a huge lover of tobacco fragrances. So let me spray this one again. Oh, yeah, this one's so good. Okay, so Centaurus has a top notes of cinnamon, tobacco, cardamom, and black pepper. Then we have mid notes of sandalwood, heliotrope, patchouli, jasmine, and geranium. And then base notes of benzoin, bourbon vanilla, tonka bean, ambroxan, and tolu balsam. So there's a lot more going on with Centaurus than there is with Delphinus. It's definitely more masculine, but I'd still put it fairly unisex, but definitely more masculine than Delphinus. It's spicy. So you do get at the top, you get that like cardamom and cinnamon. I'd say you have to like those type of spices. So for example, if you're familiar with Kenzo Jungle, L'Elephant, you have to be into that sort of like spice markety opening, because I definitely get that here. As far as the tobacco, now you do get a little bit of the tobacco, but it's not overly tobacco heavy. So that part I'm a little disappointed about, because I love me a good tobacco fragrance. But it's there. It's just a hint, but it doesn't smell like a cigar or anything. It's just right there in the background. You get a little bit of that black pepper as well. As far as the florals, really what I'm picking up, because it does have the jasmine, the heliotrope, and the geranium, I personally get the geranium a little more than anything else. And again, that's one of the few florals that I really, really like. Yeah, it's very good. And then I do get the vanilla. Not as much as in the Delphinus. It's not as sweet, but it's kind of tempered by the tolu balsam and the benzoin. I love benzoin. So a little bit of that kind of resinous feeling, and it's really good. Now, this is strange. I haven't heard anyone say this yet, but for me, this almost, oh my gosh, I just dropped my phone. It almost leans into like Lush territory. So if you are familiar with Lush, Lush with the bath bombs and all of that. I love Lush. I love some fragrances from Lush. So for example, like Lord of Misrule, that's one of my favorites from Lush. It almost has like a Lord of Misrule vibe to it. So I would say if you are familiar with that and you like that, it's kind of giving that, that vibe when you go into Lush, and it's, there's like some spicy things. I know they do use black pepper in a lot of their things. So, and a little bit of, I don't know, kind of earthy. So you get that element as well. So again, it smells really, really good. I think this is going to be great for fall and winter. Actually, both of them are. So I give both of them the Limelight Lass 2 thumbs up. Here is my issue, because I think they're both lovely fragrances. I really, really like them. If someone gifted me bottles of these, I'd be all about it. However, I don't know the exact price yet. They come out in September. But from what I'm reading, I believe they're in the upwards of $500 range. That to me is just a little much for these fragrances. I think they're both great, but do they blow my socks off so much that they warrant a $500 price tag? Honestly, no. I think there are other fragrances with this profile that are better. So if you like a resinous vanilla, kind of masculine leaning vanilla, one of my top favorite fragrances of all time is like Grand Soir. That's just a winner in my book. Way less money than this. There are just other like ambery fragrances, vanilla fragrances that do it a little bit better for less. However, if you can get a deal on them, I mean, they both smell really, really good. And the couple times that I've worn them, I mean, I was sniffing myself all day. They smell really, really good. I think they're very high quality. But again, I would just say I would definitely try them in person before you invest that kind of coin, because that is a lot of money. You know, if you're buying both, you're spending like $1,000 on fragrances. So if you can do that, bless you. That's great. But I just can't really justify that price for what they are, which are very, very good fragrances, but nothing that is so groundbreaking and astonishing that I'm, putting out that type of money for it. So those are my thoughts on those 2 new releases from Creed. So let me know in the comments, are you excited to try these? Have you sniffed these yet? What do you think about the price? Do you have any favorite Creed fragrances? I would love to know all about that. And again, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and I'm hoping to make some more videos after this long break. So thanks for your patience with me while I kind of get my life together, and hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.